Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from Irfan, your friend astrologer and guide from your very own channel, Astro Assurance, the most comprehensive Vedic astrology channel on this platform on YouTube. Firstly, I want to thank all of those subscribers of mine or viewers who have not subscribed but who regularly watch my channel for support to my channel and also appreciating my effort. And others may also benefit from these videos not only because of my efforts but also your small contribution of subscribing to my channel and liking the video. So now on the topic for today, do you have a special Mars in your horoscope? I have a very special Mars in my horoscope, so I am truly delighted to make this video because I am very thankful to my Mars. Of course, I am thankful to the zodiac because I have got some very good planetary placement, some not so good ones also. But Mars is a very strong yoga karaka for me. I am a Cancer ascendant native and Mars rules both the 5th house for me and my 10th house. And Mars is placed in a special Ruchak Mahapurush yoga in my 10th house in its Mool Trikona sign of Aries. Truly special Mars, isn't it? But wait, it's not done yet. Mars is also in a very strong Dharma Karma Adhipati yoga with Jupiter. Jupiter rules my 9th house because my 9th house is Pisces and Jupiter is placed in the 4th house. 4th house also has Cancer energies. So Jupiter is well placed in the 4th house, aspecting my Mars in the 10th house, and because Jupiter rules the 9th house, Mars rules the 10th house. Strong Dharma Karma Adhipati yoga, strong Ruchak Mahapurush yoga. Truly delighted to have that placement. So I have got a special Mars in my horoscope, to an extent a special Jupiter also. And one small addition, Jupiter is placed 11 from my moon. Isn't it wonderful? Okay, so having said that and patted myself on the back of the zodiac for giving me some good special placements, not talking about the ones which are really not such an awesome placement. However, let's get on to the topic for today. Do you have a special Mars in your horoscope? One special Mars is when Mars for an Aries ascendant native gets into the 10th house in a Mahapurush yoga, Ruchak Mahapurush yoga in the Capricorn sign where Mars is exalted. This is the best placement of Mars in any house because Mars gets the highest directional energy strength in the 10th house. It is the Lagna Lord, that too with his Mool Trikona sign and place exalted. What better can you have? The other is Mars is still exalted in the 10th house but in the sign of Aries or in the sign of Scorpio, where it is in a Ruchak Mahapurush yoga but not as good as the one in Capricorn sign, but this is still strong Ruchak Mahapurush yoga and still it is a strong Mars, a special Mars. Then the Ruchak Mahapurush yoga can also be good in the 1st house where Mars is placed either in the Aries sign or in the Scorpio sign or even in the Capricorn sign in the Lagna or then in the 7th house. Mars in the 4th house because generally it gets debilitated in the sign of Cancer. I would call it a semi-good placement. I would not call it a special placement because Mars also gets into the 4th house in a Manglik dosha. Even in the 7th house to a certain extent in the Lagna, but still it is not as damaging in the 1st house and the 7th house, especially if it's in the Ruchak Mahapurush yoga, as much as troublesome it can get into the 4th house even in a Ruchak Mahapurush yoga, whether in Capricorn or Aries or in Scorpio. Then Mars in the Dharma Karma Adhipati yoga, which I was just mentioning a while back, either ruling the 9th house or the 10th house and placed in conjunction with the other house lord, which means if Mars rules the 10th house, then it is placed in conjunction or in aspect. Better to be in conjunction with the 9th lord. For example, for a Cancer ascendant native, Mars rules the 10th house, Jupiter rules the 9th house. If they are in mutual aspect, better it to be in conjunction with each other in either the 10th house or the 9th house or the Lagna, then it is a special Mars for you. Then for a Pisces ascendant native ruling the 9th house of Scorpio, and if it is placed in conjunction with the 10th Lord Jupiter, because 10th house is that of Sagittarius, then too it is a strong Dharma Karma Adhipati yoga, and this is a truly special Mars because Mars rules the 9th house of Scorpio and placed in a Dharma Karma Adhipati yoga with Jupiter. On the other hand, say for example for us Aquarius ascendant native, here Mars rules the 10th house because of it ruling the Scorpio sign, and if it's placed in conjunction with the ninth lord, which is Venus, by virtue of it ruling the ninth sign Libra, and if they are placed in conjunction either in the ninth house or in the 10th house or even in the 7th house, this is a strong Dhan Karmadipati yoga. Then another special yoga, the Chandra Mangal yoga between Moon Chandra and Mars Mangal, and if this yoga happens in special houses or in the Kendra or the trine houses, this can be a strong yoga. For example, for an Aries ascendant native, if the Chandra Mangal yoga is happening in the 5th house in the sign of Leo, because for an Aries ascendant native, Mars rules the Lagna through its Mool Trikona sign and Moon rules the 4th house of Cancer, and both of them are placed in Leo in the trine house, and Leo is friendly to both of them, then it is a special Mars, because Mars is very powerful here. Mars ruling the Lagna and placed in another trine house, that too in a Chandra Mangal yoga, the 4th lord Moon. Then another Chandra Mangal yoga, but this time for a Cancer ascendant native, where Moon rules the Lagna, but Moon and Mars are placed in the 11th house, where Moon gets exalted in the sign of Taurus. However, Mars here rules both the 5th house and the 10th house and placed in the 11th house with the Lagna Lord Moon. So here, while I can say that Moon is also special, but Mars is extra special because Mars rules one Kendra house, one trine house. Then again for a Cancer ascendant native, because Mars is such a strong yoga karaka, and if Mars is placed in the 2nd house in the sign of Leo, especially with Sun, then too it is a very strong yoga, Mars being special because it is a strong yoga karaka and placed with the 2nd lord Sun. So Mars through its 5th house of gains, 10th house of career, 2nd house lord of money, remuneration coming in, effort gets you high remuneration, effort also get you high liquid assets. Or for Cancer ascendant native, if Mars gets exalted in the 7th house in the sign of Capricorn while ruling the 5th house and the 10th house. So here, while it is still a Manglik dosha, but Mars is exalted in the 7th house. So while it may not be so very good for marital union, for the committed relationship, but it can be fantastic for partnerships, especially if you are doing business and if you are in a partnership, this can give you fantastic results. Then Mars and Saturn union, for example for an Aries ascendant native, where Mars gets exalted in the 10th house in Capricorn and placed with Saturn, where Saturn is also the 11th lord. So this is a fantastic placement for a lot of gains both in your work and for social success, mass adulation, built over a number of years, but very stable results, fantastic results one can get. Or Mars and Saturn coming together in the 5th house in Pisces, where Mars rules the Lagna for a Scorpio ascendant native and Saturn rules both the 3rd house as well as the 4th house. Since Saturn is the Karaka of the 12th house, so Saturn does well in the sign of Pisces, and in the 5th house with Mars, Mars is the Lagna Lord as well. And your place also with the 4th lord Saturn. So truly special Mars, as long as you are able to extract the maximum gains in your career, in investments, in arts and artistic abilities as well. Or Mars and Sun conjunction, for example Mars and Sun conjunct in the Lagna itself for an Aries ascendant native. Sun is exalted here. However, Mars steals the march over Sun here in spite of an exalted Sun. Why? Because for a Aries ascendant native, Mars rules the Lagna, and Mars is also in the Ruchak Mahapurusha yoga, very special yoga, and is the Lagna lord. So Mars can, if there is any planet which can overshadow a Sun in the Lagna in an exaltation, it is only Mars, because it is both the Lagna lord and in a Mahapurusha yoga. Or Mars and Sun conjunct, but for a Leo ascendant native, where Sun rules the Lagna, but Mars rules both the 4th house as well as the 9th house, and Mars and Sun together are placed in the 6th house in the sign of Capricorn, where Mars is exalted. So while Sun may not do very well, but Sun is the Lagna lord here, but Mars does extremely well because Mars is the Karaka of the 3rd house in the 6th house. So this is a fantastic placement for sports people especially, and all those people who sit for competitive exam, because this is a fantastic placement to rule roughshod over all competition and come out excellent and come out of top of any competition, any court cases, any challenge that comes up, but it is the best placement for sports people. Then for Gemini ascendant native, Mercury rules both the Lagna and the 4th house, and if it's placed with Mars, the ruler of the 11th house and the 6th house, but both of them are placed exalted. Mars exalted in the 8th house in Capricorn, then too it's an excellent placement. Never fear Mars getting placed in the 6th house or the 8th house, especially if it's in an own sign, especially better if it's in Capricorn in exaltation, because Mars rules the 8th house, the natural 8th house, and Mars is the Karaka of the 6th house. Then for Virgo ascendant native, Mars rules both the 3rd house as well as the 8th house, and if Mars and Mercury are together placed, where Mercury is also the 10th lord for a Virgo ascendant native, and both of them are in the 5th house in the sign of Capricorn where Mars gets exalted, then too it's a fantastic placement. Because Mercury rules both the 10th house, Mercury also rules the Lagna, and Mercury is placed with the 3rd house of effort lord and the 8th house of overcoming obstacles, that too in a very special house in the 5th house in exaltation. So here Mars's ability to win over all competition and Mercury's ability with intellect. So this is a placement which can help you go through the ranks and truly reach the heights of corporate power. This person will get very fast ahead of his competition and can get many promotions in his career if the person is very logical and aggressive, but can curb some of the temperamental issues which Mars can give. Then Mars and Venus together, especially for example for an Aries ascendant native where Mars rules the Lagna, but Venus also rules another Kendra house which is the 7th house of Libra, and if together they are placed in the 10th house where Mars gets exalted in Capricorn, this is also fantastic placement where the person can do very well in materialistic companies or materialistic industries, for example in electronics, in home decor, in domestic appliances, in real estate, in all conveniences of life, in vehicles, you name it, the person can do very well, even in those industries which are of the fairer gender, especially even in the glamour industry or even in those industries where there is cutthroat competition related to business, related to investment banking also. This can be one of the best placement for high success in real estate, and this can also give you many properties. Then if Mars and Rahu get together, but this is the best conjunction only in the sign of Pisces. If it gets into the 2nd house or even in the 6th house, even the 8th house to an extent, this can be a good conjunction. Though it is a bad dosha also, it's an Angakaraka dosha, but in the sign of Pisces where Mars is comfortable, it's a friendly sign for Mars, and Rahu, sometimes it is said that Rahu becomes deity-like energy in the sign of Pisces. So in the 6th house, in the 8th house and in the 2nd house, Rahu and Mars conjunction can still give you a good result. Especially this can also give you a special Mars because Rahu adds to the energy, explosive energy for Mars to give fantastic results. And then Mars and Rahu's conjunction in the 6th house, 8th house or the 11th house in the Aquarius sign, after a conjunction in the Pisces sign, in the Aquarius sign of Mars and Rahu come together, especially in the 11th house, then too it can be a special Mars being added energy, getting the added energy of Rahu as well. And then lastly, Mars and Ketu together, either in the sign of Scorpio in the 8th house or in the sign of Scorpio in the 12th house for a Sagittarius ascendant native. This can also be very special Mars. This can be a very good placement or conjunction, especially for those people who are in those high manufacturing industries, even in arms and armaments or even in surgery related to the medical field. So friends, we have talked about many placements, conjunctions, aspects, yogas of Mars, which truly makes it a special Mars. If you have any of these placements of Mars with no blemishes in terms of other negative conjunctions, aspects, or any of these planets getting retrograde or debilitated or combusted, especially Mars is not combusted, then it can be truly special Mars for you. Make use of this energy. It is said if you have one planet which is very strong in your horoscope, and if it Mars, then it will give you the fighting ability to overcome all problems, all challenges, to make you a victor in the end. So friend, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me. The links will be given below. Till some other time in some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.